Sco made a point one day. This was a negative point. I'm finna put your business out.
It was negative?
It was
Me?
Negative. It was a negative point. What Sco said was, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We can really start a criminal enterprise. Because he remembered this conversation. I know he do. He said, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We can really start a criminal enterprise. But the old niggas ain't gonna cut it, bro. We need kids, bro. Young niggas, bro. I said, this motherfucker is right.
Fuck them kids. Fuck the kids?
So that's just Scope perspective. That ain't got nothing to do with me, though. You know, I'm more so like, you know, train the kids up to do right. You know what I mean? But that's just Scope perspective.
That's crazy.
But did you not say that, though, Scope?
No, I think you said it. I think you said it. You know, we know.
I think you said it, but
The
we
people
both
know.
agreed on it.
The people
we
know.
both agreed on it, though.
The people know who the criminal is on this fucking podcast.
Willie, fucking blood.
You can kick me somewhere ballin' on my ex. I'm getting money, I ain't responding to your text. I can never let a bitch see me sweat. Fuck a little life, bitch, you know I'm blessed. And I'm still getting money, ain't no changing. When you block me, I take that as entertainment. When I turn up, I know that's gonna make you angry. In my bed, so I'm feeling kinda dangerous. I'm so glad I got my own. Still getting money with the team.
What's up? This is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. I'm your host, T. And to the very far right of me, we got my brother, Skull. Tell him what's up, Skull.
What up?
And in the middle, man, we got the COO of...
ESF, Evolve Sisu Foundation.
Been able to say that. I've been drinking a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, we got BT in the middle, man. Somebody who really out here in the community helping out the kids. We done stalk your page a lot, though.
Yeah.
We see what you do with the little ones and everything. That shit's so important. That shit is so important.
Yeah, it is.
Most definitely.
You know, and I don't know your view on this, but we can jump right into it. What do you think in regards to kids, right? Because when I see children, Sco made a point one day. This was a negative point. I'm finna put your business out.
It was negative?
It was
Me?
negative. It was a negative point. What Sco said was, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We can really start a criminal enterprise. Because he remembered this conversation. I know he do. He said, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We can really start a criminal enterprise. But the old niggas ain't gonna cut it, bro. We need kids, bro. Young niggas, bro. I said, this motherfucker is right. You know, so that's just Scope perspective. That ain't got nothing to do with me, though. You know, I'm more so like, you know, train the kids up to do right. You know what I mean? But that's just Scope perspective.
That's crazy.
But did you not say that, though, Scope?
No, I think you said it. I think you said it. You know, we know.
I think you said it, but
The
we
people
both
know.
agreed on it.
The people
we
know.
both agreed on it, though.
The people know who the criminal is on this fucking podcast.
But this all I'm saying, though, is this. Like, all I'm saying is, here, can you take this for me? You can answer and just see. All I'm saying is this. I think that the key to making a better future is through the kids.
100%.
You do that through the kids. Is that
100%.
safe to say that?
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, we've been here. We've done what wrong and right, and obviously they're gonna take up after what we do. So that's a big reason why we do what we do. Just because, especially in Nashville, it's a lot of wrong to get into, and obviously a lot of kids feel like sports might be their only outlet. So us being at the place that they want to go, whether that be collegiate or professional, our goal is to get them there.
Yeah.
And it was sad is a lot of dudes in this profession are in it for the wrong reasons. Some dudes still got that hustler mindset where they see kids as dollar signs, and that's wrong. I always tell kids the first time they come and work with us, my goal is to get you to college for free.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing is to get you to school for free. And I don't give a damn if you got to chew bubble gum to do that. You going to school for free, I'm all for it, man.
That was my whole thing. When I played ball, that's all I wanted. I didn't have like inspiration like to go pro and stuff like that. My mama wanted me to go to college, so I wanted to go for free.
100%. 100%. So that's our biggest thing. That's like our biggest mindset is to show these kids the right and wrong way to go about things like that. Because, if you know anything about the recruiting process, it's tricky, dog. Like, one post can blow it off.
Yeah.
100%. Coaches, you turn coaches off with that. So we watching kids' social media, not from a stalker or like a parenting type thing. It's just like, we got some kids that think they thugging, and it's just like, bro, like you think Alabama want a thug on their football team? Like, nah, bro, they don't.
It don't look good.
It don't look good. So unless you talking about sports or something like that, like don't even like we be trying to tell our kids stay off of social media. If you can't do it right, just stay off of it.
Yeah,
100%. So, but yeah, to your point, man, that's 100% why we do what we do. Like it ain't about the money. It's we trying to get you to where you want to go.
What age group y'all start with?
Man, to start, we'll take it, whatever. It don't matter as long as they can retain what we saying.
Right.
That's all we care about. But we work with pros all the way up to pros, bro. We got everybody.
Okay.
Like I said, we got a whole regime, my whole roster, man. I always tell people, we don't miss. You see all of my athletes. I keep saying our athletes. We cold. And like I said, we take pride in the kids that used to sit the bench. They start, or they going to school for free.
Yeah.
Do we have 5 stars, 4 stars? Of course. But those are the ones that's easy to coach. I can tell him to do this. He gonna do it fluently.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So, but for us, I done took bench warmers. Now he going to school for free. You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest thing. It's easy to coach the 5 stars. It's easy to coach the kids that's cold. What about the ones that's not good? And that's where we come in.
You ever had somebody that like wasn't coachable? Like,
Man, I ain't gonna say coachable. I think our biggest problem is clout. Kids chase clout terribly, man. And that's the biggest thing for us is, are they coachable? Yeah, but it's like they don't want to come work with us unless we got the cameras out.
Yeah.
But that camera is not gonna get you the scholarship. You get what I'm saying?
Talent.
Yeah, the talent. So it's like that's the biggest thing we run into. I would say a majority of kids are coachable. They gonna do the drill. They gonna do it how we want to do it, and that's not the problem. But I think clout is the biggest like stigma with training nowadays.
It's hard to blame them because, you know,
The world they live in.
The world we live in,
100%.
and like this, what everybody do. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like,
And I think they see pros filming their workouts, but you got to understand, he getting millions already. You not.
Right.
So you got to get to where he go, and I guarantee you, it's like you can't go find Cam Newton high school workout videos. You get what I'm saying? Like he won't nobody filming Cam Newton grinding.
Highlights.
Maybe highlights. Yeah, you can find his high school highlights, but that's the product of the work that you put in.
Exactly.
So that's our biggest thing is, if you want this work, we got that work.
So what is the name of you said it's
Evolve Sisu Foundation. And I could tell you what Sisu mean, but you gotta look it up. If you look it up, then you learn a new word. I always tell people that.
All Sisu Foundation.
Foundation. And it used to be fitness, but we changed it because we got almost every skill position covered. And I don't want people to just attach us to football. We do athletic performance. Not only do we have athletic performance, but we do have a whole fitness side. I got one of my guys, Willis Ward. Shout out to Willis. He's like our group and personal trainer, and he has his own product line called Flatter and Fatter. Yeah. Flatter stomachs, fat asses. And his girls,
fat asses.
Man, they are legit.
Hell
He not missing. I gotta be careful. I got a shorty, so you know what I'm saying. Like I ain't trying to dive off into
I'll
that.
say it.
But
Let's say his name again. We might throw his IG
Willis
in
Ward,
there.
look him up, man. He's legit. He actually just dropped some new stuff. He got like sports bras and tights, and his models are his product. You know what I'm saying? Like they all work out with Willis, so he legit, man. He's super into it. But like I said, that's why I changed it to foundation, because I don't want to just be attached to just fitness or just football. We got the whole shebang going.
Everything.
We got
whatever they want to do.
Whatever they want to do, man. Come get this work.
That's so key. And, you know, I come from, like I said, on one of the other podcasts, like a country place. Like I come from a very small place. If we had people like you or just an organization like yours now, that would have been a game changer for
Most
people
definitely.
like me and Sko, who's actually really talented at football and
Most
sport.
definitely.
We
Most
just
definitely.
needed that guidance and stuff
And
like
that's I feel like that's some of the big reasons why I'm so into it, because I'm originally from Columbia, Tennessee, about 45 minutes south, small town, and to make it out of there unless you're just a generational talent is hard. Yeah. And the only reason I made it out because I got recruited by Brentwood Academy, because that's not a secret, you know what I'm saying? Like private schools recruit. Yeah. And I made it out, you know what I'm saying? And I made it there, made it to a good program, made it to college football. But it's like once you make it, you look and see the talent that's in your backyard, and it's like we got so much talent. Just the state of Tennessee in general.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, and I went to school in Texas, and obviously, you know, football in Texas it's a religion, bro. Like high school stadiums are bigger than most college stadiums. You get what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But I'm looking at the talent, and I'm just like, y'all don't have better talent. Y'all just have more talent.
More resources.
That's it, bro. They just have so much more talent. Like they got kids with 5,000 kids in the school. Yeah. Whereas you come to Tennessee, the biggest is like maybe 2,000, maybe. You get what I'm saying? But the talent is still there. Out of that 5,000, you're going to have 50 kids that's going to play collegiate sports easily in one class. That's easy. Here, it's like you have one kid per class that might go play big sports. And like you said, us coming from small towns, there's literally one kid that might make it. So my goal now is to get them and put them in a situation where it's like Not your talent is undeniable. And now what we also do is we guide certain kids through recruitment. You know, a lot of kids, like even myself, I come from a single parent home. I navigated the recruiting process by myself. So now it's some moms who don't have a clue or dads don't have a clue about how college recruiting is. So that's where we come in. It's like, this is where you need to go. You need to go camp here. And I always tell kids, talk to every coach, bro. Talk to every coach. Don't act like you too good for such and such. I got some kids, coach, I want to play D1. But let's be realistic. Are you a Division I player? No, you're not. Division II is just as good, bro. If they gonna pay for your school, they are just as good.
Listen, you speaking to us right now, that shit would have been so clutch to just
100%,
have
bro.
that back home.
100%, man. 100%.
We didn't have that outlet. Matter of fact, our coach at the time
blocked us.
He blocked us
from a lot of shit.
Horrible.
Yeah, fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah, like
fuck
he would tell certain recruiters like not to even look
colleges,
look at our way.
Don't worry about him.
Don't worry about him. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
And I will say, just coming from the program that I came from, looking back, is it nowadays because of social media? I always tell the kids, because they kind of got the same stigma y'all got, where my coach is not putting me on. With social media today, you can put yourself on.
Exactly.
You don't have to put it in your coach's hands. And that brings me to a lot of these programs that are offering recruiting services, and they taxing. Like $500, I can get your name out. But you paying them to do some stuff that you can do. Like literally, bro, they'll take your film and send it to a college coach. And you paid him $500.
I paid $800 and didn't go nowhere. $800.
Nah, bro. Like, and I got kids on our roster who are trying to fall into that wave. And my thing is, bro, you can do it yourself. Your talent, first of all, is gonna get you noticed.
Right.
That's the first thing. And you're not gonna get no offer from 707. You're not gonna get no offer from posting your workout videos. Nah. You get majority kids get offers from a camp that they go to or Friday nights. That's the only time you're gonna get, you know what I'm saying, a coach's attention. A coach ain't gonna go look at your Instagram and pull up your workout videos. He gonna go pull up your Friday night film.
Right.
So that's my biggest thing. But we partner with this app called Air Recruiting, literally AIR Recruiting. And what dude did, I got connected with the founder of it. He took like LinkedIn and Tinder and combined it. So now what it is you can swipe on schools that you like. Just like, you know, I know everybody been on Tinder. Everybody been on Tinder, but you can swipe left or right if I like this school. And if that school swipe backs on you, like y'all connected, then it puts you in contact with that school.
How big is the platform?
We linked up with him probably about maybe around a month ago too, is when I first got put on. And then he had already released the app 2 weeks prior. He said he already had 700 kids sign up. Within the first 2 days. That's
one of them where like, goddamn,
man,
why didn't I think of that?
He told me that. I was like, that might be the smartest thing ever.
Why didn't I think of that?
I had to immediately, I called some of the boys on the brand, and I was like, hey, we got to hop on this because he going to blow up. And lo and behold, like his app is the 7th most downloaded app when it comes to sports.
Yeah, I can believe it.
And to me, like I said, that's just, because first of all, it's not just Division I's up there. He got small schools, because I wish kids would realize Division I ain't the only way. If you look at majority of the NFL, like Antonio Brown, dude went to like Central Michigan. He went to like Central Michigan or something. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these, Baker Mayfield walked on to the schools that he was at. You get what I'm saying? Like you can make it. If you good enough, you're gonna make it.
You're gonna stand out.
And I hate when kids, Coach, I want to play Division I. I'm like,
get sucked into that D1 shit. A lot of some D1 schools ain't worth a damn.
It ain't. And I got a couple of kids. One of my good friends coaches at Lindsey Wilson, small school in Kentucky. They just won the national championship in their division. And I'm just like, I would go there in a heartbeat. A team with a winning tradition, I would fly there, dude. So that's why I always tell the kids, go to where home is. Who wants you? If that D1 school ain't hollering at you, they don't want you. And that's okay, bro. Like the little school is begging you to come play for them. Go there, bro. Go there.
You might go to the Division I school and not even play till your senior year.
Not even play. And what's really sad is like the recruiting process is a business. Like as soon as you are junior, as soon as they can holler at you, it's a business from here on out. A lot of kids get sucked into them promises. We can give you this, we can give you that. Oh, I really like that. I think I'm gonna go there. You get there, them promises don't mean nothing. That shit ain't in writing. It don't mean nothing, man.
I got 2 things I want to ask you.
Go ahead.
It's kind of off topic. Well, not really off topic. It's still on topic. One question is, what's the oldest kid that y'all done had come through the program so far?
Like I said, we got pros.
Y'all got pros now.
We got professional athletes. Yes.
Gotcha. That's dope.
And if we got NFL, got one dude that just went to the Olympics for track. We just put a 5-star. He's at Clemson, #1 tight end in the nation. But those are just. But yeah, I know off the top of my head, we probably got. I'm gonna say, let's say about 7 to 10 pros. professional athletes that train with our brand.
And I think I know the answer to the next question, but I want to ask anyway. How do you feel about, the new law that's just passed with the young ones coming into college and everything?
Glad you asked me
where they
that.
can get money
One of my good friends hit me up and was like, he thinks that we should start a sporting agency. So we
that
are.
would be,
We are in the process of doing that because like I said, we work with a bunch of kids and I got a bunch of college athletes as well. And I was already looking into that because my biggest thing is I have a very broad network. So my thing is, how can I get you in with this network? And so I got 2 athletes that we are going to sign. And my biggest thing is we going to get you paid. I see a lot of these dudes, they get discount codes. You use my code, you get 20% off. That's the only way they're going to get paid. I'm not looking for that. I want money. Up front. So that's the biggest thing that we looking to do. So coming soon, man.
You seen Master P son just got $2 million.
$2 million.
With TSU, right?
No. It's from a tech company that wants to start investing in HBCU.
But he going to TSU.
Yes, he goes to TSU. He is.
He got it from a tech company just to do a sponsorship.
Yeah, $2 million, bro. But I mean, look who his dad is.
Right.
His dad is like the #1 entrepreneur when it comes, especially with black folks. Like he's head honcho. So they probably had that cooked up beforehand.
Yeah, they just wait.
And
he said it. Master P said it. I mean, I'm just waiting on the law to pass and them to go ahead and push everything.
It was
through.
a wrap.
And he already knew
it was a wrap. And a lot of them dudes did that. Like Spencer Rattler, he's the quarterback of Oklahoma. He signed with an NFL agent already. But in my head, I'm like, he was gonna sign with him after he declared anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
So, but I think they're gonna have to put some stipulations on it because in my head they was talking about signature shoes.
Yeah.
How you gonna be with a Nike team and get a signature shoe from Adidas? That's not gonna work. It's a conflict of interest. So I think that they're gonna have to like really put some guidelines on it. But I like it though. Being a college athlete, I wish that was out when we was in. I was working at Walmart trying to make some little bread, but I'd rather do a commercial or something.
And obviously, the parents need to take into consideration as well that son could be potentially about to deal with a lot of money. So you got to watch out for the predatory behavior that's already been there anyway. But it's gonna be even more now. We talking about millions of dollars for those agents,
especially if you top dog, man. Like the athletes that I was talking to, my pitch was, you know me.
Yeah.
You trust me and you know how I roll, you know how I operate. I'd rather you be with me than be with, like you said, the money hungry dudes. Like I know a lot of these agencies are coming out signing thousands of athletes, but my thing was, how are they gonna pour into each athlete?
They can't.
You can't. It's too many, man. So I'm just like, my head, let's work what we got. Like I got a safety up here at MTSU. I'm like, he's new. He's from Texas. He actually went to my school in Texas, and then he transferred to MTSU. So he don't really know nothing around here. But I'm just like, bro, MTSU is a college town.
Yeah.
If you make some noise, first of all, let's get that out the way. If you're not good, you're not gonna really make no money. Yeah. You're not. You're just another athlete on the roster. But I have complete faith in him to make some noise. But I was like, you make some noise, people gonna want you. These companies around, these local businesses around MTSU, they gonna want you. My thing is, let's get you paid though. Right. I don't want no discount codes. I don't want no 20% off. We don't want none of that. We want bread. And so yeah, like I said, I think that'll be the big thing. And then just Nashville in general, bro. Like I said, I know so many people. I know so many companies. Why not? Like, shoot.
My only pushback on them getting paid, which I want them to get paid, but I'm scared it would make them lack passion for the game.
It was coming. Yeah. It was coming, but at the end of the day, the product that sells is your performance on the field. Yeah. So if you're not good, you gotta give it all. That was my biggest push for the two dudes that we about to sign is are you just ball? That was my biggest thing. I want you to focus on playing ball and doing really good. Let us handle the contracts. Let us handle the trying to get you sponsored and stuff like that. And let us try to get you paid. That way you ain't got to worry about that. All you literally have to do is go to school, go to work, basically. That's it. So
they come in so clutch because I seen a lot of like college athletes who were actually good, especially when I went to MT. They fucking like working at these they having to work like that. Actual job. I'm like, dude, like you
taking away from their crowd.
Yeah,
not even with that too. Yeah, you're right, taking away from the crowd. But it's also like, dude, why the fuck you should be taken care of? Like you are one of like the top athletes. Why are you having to get a job or why are you struggling? Don't have enough money to buy these shoes or buy these clothes or.
They just passed the rule about free lunches and stuff when I was in college.
Yep, it was recent.
Yeah, it was recent.
You came in with when did you come in? 11?
I know I went to college 2015 was my freshman year.
Okay.
That was my freshman year. So like the first 2 years, like nothing was necessarily free. Like you had a certain amount of lunches, but like snacks and stuff like that, it was like free. The Shabazz Napier rule is what they called it. But yeah, me and my homies, we got a little bit of time off in the summer. We went and got a job at Walmart. And like I said, we just out there trying to make some money just to have to spend. So like I said, I'm all for it, especially if you know how to navigate it. But working a job while you working a job while you going to school, man.
It's tough.
It's a lot.
Tough.
It's a lot.
Yeah. No, like I really do think though, just that it's a good thing though, dealing with young kids in athletics, like especially young black kids.
100%.
A lot of the time that's our outlet.
Yep.
You know, the athletics.
And just to piggyback off of what you said, man, what I'm trying to be for my city, I wish I would have understood this growing up. When we grow up, we look at LeBron James and we look at, Cam Newton, or we look at, all these really good athletes, and that's who we want to be. If I could go back in time, I would tell myself, I want to be the Maverick Carter of my city.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't look at Maverick Carter or Rich Paul, and to me, I'm just like, I would rather be much like them because did they play sports growing up? Yeah, I think Mav even played in college, but these dudes are so successful as businessmen and entrepreneurs, and you still around sports.
Yeah.
Like Maverick Carter gets to deal with LeBron James every day.
Everybody can't go pro, man.
That's what I'm saying, and that's cool. Like Maverick Carter is damn near a millionaire without bouncing a ball or running. Like he's cool, bro. So that's what I'm like trying to be like for my city now. It's like, because I know a lot of kids look up to me, but I feel like they look up to me because of the sports side. And I'm like, that's cool, but check this out. Like I do help run this business and I do work this job, and I'm successful at what I do. So I wish more kids would look up to Maverick Carter. Like I heard you talking about Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was like one of my biggest inspirations just because his work ethic. Yeah. His work ethic is phenomenal. I remember somebody was saying he do too many movies. I'm like, he getting paid though. He's getting paid bread. And now he's got sponsorships and stuff like that. Like he's living his dream, doing what he wants to do. And I feel like if we can get our kids to look up more than just athletes. But like you said, from Nashville, it's hard. It's not too many people that's just popping like that.
Like Dwayne Johnson, what they say, he was the highest paid actor. He's a black man. So whether or not they want to say his dad is from Samoa. I know that's what I was going to say. Whether or not they want to say his dad is from Samoa or whatever.
Right.
But I was going to say.
No, his dad is black.
Yeah, he black.
He's black, like a black Scottish, actually.
Yeah. But I was just going to say, like the David Mulugetas, there's so many black, like, sports agents out there with law degrees and different stuff like that. Like, the more and more we start getting people in them positions, and I think, of course you got white people that don't promote it as much. Hey, we got these black, like David Mulugeta, he just signed Kevin Byard to his largest contract, signed Landon Collins to his Jalen Ramsey, who's from Tennessee, from Nashville. So
I see him like a couple
he's from Smyrna.
That's one of my best friends there. I'm actually going out there, I think in like November, but we played at BA together. He was a year in front of me.
That's what I was going to bring up, too. That's where I remember you from.
J-Ram?
No, not even that. From reffing at BA.
Oh, yeah, the flight lead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love that job, by the way.
Yeah. No, that's what I was going to say. I was the one that I was the ref that had came in there with the hoodie on and stuff and the do-rag. That was me. So that's why I was like, you look familiar, bro. It is a small world.
That is, yeah. 100%.
So it's good to see you out there doing that type of stuff.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, I went to BA, and I feel like they did so much for me. I'm always looking for a way to give back. And that refereeing is fun. I do K through second, girls and boys. And half the time, they don't even want to be there. But it's fun to watch them grow because I've seen kids come through there who was good in that league. They go over to the big gym and they top dog. And I'm like, I remember when you was playing little 3-on-3. But yeah, small world, bro. I remember that very vividly.
I can always appreciate it, though. Like I said, coming from where we come from, we don't get a chance to really have that hands-on experience. And I also, 100%. Just from the business side of it, just stepping into that real quick, the fact that you stepping in and you got this mindset to be like a Maverick Carter or something like that.
100%.
Is that something that, and I know you kind of mentioned it, you touched on it, is that something that y'all kind of instill into y'all kids as well?
Yeah, I've always told them, you more than just an athlete, dog.
Yeah.
And I feel like Brentwood Academy was the first ones to kind of like help me realize that. Growing up, you the basketball player, you the football player, but Brentwood Academy allowed me to explore more versions of my physical ability and just my mental ability. So I'm always telling the kids, we can do more. Like I know y'all remember the bombing that happened in Nashville.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I was thinking, we usually do our workouts, like our big group workouts, we usually do them on Sundays. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to go help clean up because I wanted the community to see our athletes that we're more than just workout heads and meat heads and bouncing the ball or running the ball and stuff like that. We actually participate in our community. I did fine arts at Brentwood Academy. I did musicals. I convinced some of the boys at Brentwood Academy. They did the musicals because I told them that was one of the best decisions I made in my life. Like, because I can dance, but
Me too. I'm leasing this shit. Damn, D-Mo. Let's go. You all right?
You can dance, bro?
I was gonna tell you to
Decent
dance,
shit.
bro. Do
Now?
it. Yeah.
Bro,
Show and prove, brother.
on camera? Or
Don't.
just when we get off camera?
No. You gonna have to do that shit on camera.
Just, y'all can I stretch? Stretch.
We'll give you one question. We'll give you
Can I stretch? Just I'll get a stretch in, and after this
stretch.
over with, we can do it.
That's
we
what
do it after
you got to
this.
be careful about saying that because people are quick to do that. When I was on Burn One, I told them I could dance. They was like, "What? You didn't tell us? Do it right now." I was like, "I'm a hamstring.
Yeah.
It ain't right now."
I try to throw that former athlete shit in. You know, I got tight hamstrings, brother. You know, I can't do all that right now.
Something you said though is just we trying to get y'all in we trying to get y'all in college for free.
For
that
free.
shit is so
Yeah,
important
so
coming from a
important.
person who like had college debt and who got offers from actual smaller schools, but I had that mentality.
You want a bus?
I'm the man, shit. I want to go to a winning school.
Right.
I'm the shit. Like,
That's how it
but I
be.
had that same mentality. Or I want to go to a D1 school because I'm good enough for
Yeah.
D1 or
You
whatever.
felt like you was better than what you was getting offered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I probably wasn't at the time, just being honest. But or maybe I was, but maybe I just needed that to be, exposed,
Yeah.
had that exposure and so on and so forth. But the point I'm trying to make is going to college for free. That's so important coming from a person who has college debt.
And that
to
shit,
get that
you
free
know,
education.
Totally different,
That would
man.
be
A lot of my
Clean
friends,
slate. Start
yeah, a
off
lot
with
of
a
my
clean slate.
friends they still dealing with it. We've been out of school, about 4 or 5 years now, but I'm always telling them, can your mom be real with yourself? First of all, are you a Division I athlete?
Yeah.
By that ain't got nothing to do with your talent. Sometimes it's your size. Like me, I went D1, but I went FCS. I didn't go FBS, and I knew the only reason I didn't go FBS is I'm not no 6'2" receiver. I'm 5'9".
5'9",
Yeah, but my speed is what got me Division I, and they I feel like a lot of kids, like you said, they just have a tough time accepting I'm not a Bama football player. But it's like, how many people are? You got, like you said, they getting 5 stars every year. That 5-star doesn't come lightly. Dude is probably like a 6'5" quarterback who throws 100,000 yards and can run a 4.24. He's a generational talent,
Yeah.
and you might not be a generational talent, but you can still go to that small school, and to them, you are a generational talent.
Absolutely.
And my biggest thing, like you said, that college for free, dog. Like kids be underestimating that, and I'm like, you gonna see
don't know.
when you go pay for them books and them that price tag running up. I used to be so thankful that I had that my ID and it's gonna say student athlete when I
Yeah.
swipe it, and it all my
$0.
$0, man. I graduated, got my degree. I don't owe nothing, cause I'm clean.
I'm
I'm
jealous as
clean,
hell.
bro.
I'm
And
super jealous.
like I said, I feel like people aren't thankful about that until afterwards, and
Yeah.
that's when it hit me. All my homegirls and homeboys, man, I gotta pay this college debt back, and I'm just like, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't complain about that. Like, and did I have a great college experience? No, I did not.
Yeah.
But I don't care, man. I got my degree. I got up out of there.
Yeah.
Did what I had to do. So go to school for free.
Me and my homeboy, we talk about that and me and Onterio talk about that sometimes too, with being in the military, sometimes having to, what?
Material. I'm drunk. I'm sorry.
T, I'm sorry.
Sorry, D-Mo.
I do it in the caption, so I didn't think he had a problem with it.
I mean, we just I don't have a problem with it.
T.
You just asked me to dance in front of people, bro. I mean, you put me.
Oh, so he
out
projecting.
front street.
He really upset that I asked him to
Because you
dance.
know my moves. You don't. It was weird.
He
that
know
you
better,
Just, yeah, it was weird. He's
know
just trying to. I told him I need to stretch. He was like, "Oh, you finna dance." That's how I heard it. I don't know, dude.
Well, we talk about that with being in the military sometimes and just taking advantage of, even a bad situation. Like you may not enjoy your experience, but try to get something out of it. And that's
100%.
something that I didn't really do when I was in the military. But obviously, it's still a business. And if you can sign, because you had to sign a contract, and you basically, when you sign a scholarship, that's signing a contract. So if you can get something out of it, try to get something out of it.
100%. And I want a lot of kids to understand this. That contract is year to year. You are not covered for 4 years, man. Because I used to go into spring camp, and I was number 1 on the depth chart every spring camp because I was going hard, dog. Like, cause I knew if you don't go hard in spring camp, they won't ask you to come re-sign that contract, your scholarship. I didn't know that. Until they was like, "Did you get the call?" I was like, "What?" He was like, "They told me I had to come back and sign my scholarship." I was like, "I signed on, national sign."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
nah, bro, that's a year-to-year contract. So your performance matters, your grades matter, and like I said, my goal with the brand that we got is to have you already prepared.
Education, man.
That's it.
That's just so key.
It is, man. And I feel like if you know it ahead of time, you already know. Like I can firmly say that my seniors coming up, when they get to college, they a step ahead.
Yeah.
academically and athletically. We ain't gonna let you go in behind. I know one thing I did before I even reported to school was I worked out ferociously. Got there, was one of the top freshmen. I was finishing first in drills. I wasn't the strongest. I hated the weight room, but seeing them seeing me work and run, I got playing time as a freshman. So that's a big thing. That's a big thing.
That's what makes it frustrating, especially about the NIL thing. You go on Twitter and you see people talking about, well, these athletes, even the talking heads, well, these athletes, they're supposed to be, and you even said it earlier, you was like, Sco, you was like, you feel like the athletes might lose their passion for the game. Right. It's like, bruh, so which one is it? It's like, bruh, y'all say it's a business and you signing this, but at the same time, you know, they deserve to get a little money too, especially when these are multi-billion-dollar industries. And at the end of the day, like you said, if I got to sign year to year and performance matters and all that type of stuff, then I need to be getting something out of it.
And we used to have, I was a kinesiology major, but one of the classes I took, we would have a debate on should college athletes get paid. Of course, all the athletes, we like, hell yeah, 100%. But then you got the normal kids, normal students who just like, for what? It's like, you get a free, and they used to come up with stuff, you know, you get a free education, you don't have to pay for nothing. But I'm like, that's not enough. That's like the bare minimum. Like that don't help, especially in the summer. In the summer, you just get a stipend. Your Pell Grant ain't even as fat because you know they based it off how many classes you took. I only took one class in the summer, so I'm only gonna get $250. You get what I'm saying? $250 for the summer? Come on, dog. That ain't enough.
I don't know.
That ain't nowhere near enough. But now kids are in a situation where you can take advantage of your summer. If I'm only doing one class, I can spend more time trying to make money without working a job. You know what I'm saying? And I hope a lot of those people, I don't know if y'all know this, but you can't get paid for wearing your school. Yeah, you can't wear nothing with your school on it. And I feel like that's a lot of kids don't understand that, but I don't know if these agencies are telling these kids that. Like an MTSU athlete can't go do a commercial with his jersey on. Because that's not his image or likeness. That's MTSU's. You have to get paid. Yeah, you have to get paid off the sole string. But that's why I said if you ball, they gonna know, bro. Like I said, MTSU's a college town. If you top dog at MTSU, they gonna know, man. They gonna know, and you can get paid off your image, your likeness. So it's interesting. And like I said, it's a fine line, and I'm here to help some of these dudes navigate that. And like I said, I'm trying to be the person that that we needed when we was coming up. And I feel like that's a big thing. Like I said, we come from small cities, bro. And I think, we was talking about UNA, how, a lot of the UNA athletes don't necessarily come back. They give back, but it ain't back to UNA. You get what I'm saying? So my thing is now kids from those communities have a place where they can come to and still receive that same type of work, still receive that same type of like mentorship, big brothers type relationship. Like I said, it carries. Like I said, we got kids that's going to college and they still come back to us. We got kids that's going pros and they still come back to us. So we trying to create a cycle.
It's dope, man.
It is.
I wish we would have had that when we was little, man.
100%.
That would help so many kids.
So many kids, man.
Stop so many little boys from going to jail when they got
older.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, 100%. I want to try to expand more into like the Metro Nashville area just because Metro has so much talent, dog. But it's so easy to get caught up in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the influence that are out there. So like I want to start getting my hand out in there just because I think kids relate to our brand more because first of all, we black.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things. We black.
It is.
We were college athletes. Some of us could have went pro. Some of us didn't. Some of us chose not to. But we can speak that language. Like I got homeboys that's thugging, but I can talk to them just like how they talk to their homeboys. And like I said, if I can speak your language and I can convince you like this is the route. Like you ain't got to change who you are, but the stuff that's around you, you have to change with your environment. Because like you said, when you get to said program, it's a business now. It's a business. You can't be thugging no more. Like your Instagram do matter now. You can't be cussing or thugging or what, you know what I'm saying? Like everything matters.
It's gotta be legit.
It's gotta be legit. So we trying to help these kids try to understand, if this is where you gotta go, it's a process to get there. And that's just with life in general. If you want to work this type of job, you can't just show up sagging, bandana. You can't do that. That's not how the life works. So that's what we doing, man. And it's working. It's working 100%, man.
Can't get money out in them streets.
Nah.
I mean, you can
get
it's
money,
quick, but you can't. It's money in the streets.
Can't
there's
prosper,
no wealth.
though.
Yeah, there's no wealth.
It's
100%.
money, but no wealth.
I was talking to one of my youngins last week, and his mindset is the NFL. Yeah. And he's on a great path to go to the NFL. And he loves cars. I want to buy this car. I want to buy this car. I was like, bro, you need to buy property.
Yeah.
I was like, don't worry about them cars. I said, that thing going to depreciate. As soon as you start that car and pull off, it's a wrap. And those are some of the things, like little stuff like that. Did I know that growing up? Definitely not. I was the same way. I want the Lambo. I want the Maserati. But I had to find out that way. You know what I'm saying? Like listening to Maverick Carter, I always listen to his podcast. It's called Need and Dough. He's talking to pro athletes about how they manage money.
Yeah.
And to me, that's very important.
Yeah.
They say 70% of the professionals go broke after they get finished. So
Which is crazy.
super crazy.
crazy.
You know how much money that is?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, my thing is I want to know what you was blowing your money on.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, man, for sure. And like I said, if we can drop that little seed, like that little seed of property, if he can remember that when he go big, he going to be straight. Yeah. Whether he blow his knee out or, have a very successful career, he going to be straight because he got property. So
Do you believe in cancel culture?
yes, 100%.
So you think it really exists?
Yeah, I think just watching, seeing what we see, it's easy to say the wrong thing and get X'd off. So like I said, you have to be very particular about what you say, how you say it. Does it suck? Yes.
Yeah.
But I feel like the world is going to make a judgment regardless if you meant what you said or not. And it's annoying, but at the same time, I feel like we was talking about Kevin Hart. I don't know if y'all remember when he was getting all that backlash about saying something gay or something like that. But he has a relationship with Ellen, who is gay, that's so like tight. She knew he didn't mean no harm about that. So, it kind of helped his image. But then you got like Deshaun Watson. Career might be done.
Tough.
Just off the strength that all those women came out. So now all females look at him a certain way. Teams are going to look at him and be like, you can't make us no money regardless if you good or not. Your image is tarnished. That's a tough situation. And I don't even know if he did what they say he did. But the fact that it's out there and the media seeing it, like it's females talking about that stuff now who I know don't know nothing about football, but they know who Deshaun Watson is. Yeah.
I don't think it's really a thing, cancel culture. I think it just depends on how strong your fan base is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it depends on what field you in.
Yeah.
Because
far as Deshaun Watson, I don't think he's gonna be canceled. I think NFL teams don't give a damn.
Oh, yeah.
When this clear, when it's
They just
dead, like
waiting
it's a
on the
moot
blow.
situation,
Yeah.
he on the team, bro.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
But when is it going to be done?
I give him about another year or so.
I think because it's
Time
in
is
the
up there.
it's a legal thing now.
Yeah.
That's where the
Yeah.
issue comes
Yeah.
in.
After this season,
Did he be back on the team? I hope he is. I hope he is.
and
But
he's young. You
I'm
know
a Titans fan, so I hope
I'm
he's not.
100%.
I don't want that brother to lose his job,
say
but
that's
if
a
he don't
black
play
man.
this year,
Damn.
yeah,
He can
no,
go to an- he can go
I'm
to
not gonna be
another
upset.
team.
Love the
Yeah,
Titans.
I want him to get traded.
Yeah,
I want him to
he
get
got
traded.
shit
I still want him to play in the league.
Yeah, he can go to another
Oh,
team.
he's not playing for the Texans. That's not
That's
Probably
over
not.
with.
No.
That's over with.
Yeah.
But
I think cancel culture is all dependent upon what corporation you in bed with.
100%.
Yeah, because like Scott said, they don't give a fuck about the actual league. They don't care about that.
Nah.
All those misogynistic ass Europeans, these capitalistic motherfuckers, they don't care about that shit.
100%.
They just like, yeah, nigga, we done it too. You got caught though.
If this
They
nigga
feel
can
it.
take us to the playoffs,
We
don't
all
give a
for it.
damn.
But it's just about like Demo said, when all the legal shit is out of the way or behind him, sometime and we know how the government works or how the legal system works, it can be drawn out. This could be a 4 or 5 year thing for him, and time is of the essence in football.
Especially as an athlete. Body don't move like it want to anymore. He
How
might
old is he now?
24, 25.
young.
He right behind me.
25.
Yeah, he right around my age.
Let's say
Yeah.
hypothetically speaking, his last 4 years, he'll be 28.
It's
Football,
straight,
bro.
It's straight for a quarterback.
I will say one thing that's
it's
good for him
football,
about his
bro.
body though is he's a good pocket quarterback. He's not Lamar Jackson.
He don't take hits. neither.
Yeah, he not finna take that unnecessary hit, and he knows when to get down. So that he'll preserve his body for a few more years. Plus, the league baby's quarterback, so it's not like Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, who's obviously the best running back
Taking
in
a
the
bunch of
league.
hits,
Yeah,
yeah.
taking a bunch of hits.
Yeah.
So that's why the Titans, I think they giving him his money because it's like we gonna use his ass to the full extent.
But you didn't see his workout videos. Don't act like that. Don't act like he ain't no monster now either.
Boy, it's a beast, though.
But no, I say, I don't think it exists either to a certain degree. Only because are we talking about a culture of people getting canceled because of social media, or are we talking about
That's what
a
I
culture of accountability? Because it's a difference between, you taking accountability for what you did and said, but let's be honest, Kevin Hart didn't ever get canceled for nothing that he said.
Yeah.
He dropped out voluntarily from
Yeah.
hosting the Oscars or whatever it was. I forgot what
It
award
was one
show
of-
it
yeah,
was.
one of them award
He
shows.
just received some backlash for it, and I feel like he folded under pressure Because if y'all watch the Dave Chappelle shows, he was just like, you know, he said he wasn't going to apologize, and then he spent the next 6 weeks apologizing.
Did you see the documentary he put out on Netflix?
I have not.
If you watched it, yeah, he goes into detail
Does he
about
go into
that
detail?
whole thing, yeah, because that's around the same time. It hit him pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine so. But when you talk about, even to this day, he did the interview a couple weeks ago promoting his fatherhood movie.
Great movie, by the way.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
Watched
But
it
yeah,
last night.
I might watch it. But he just, I kind of heard about it. I haven't seen it or anything. But he was just still talking about cancel culture. But we just got through talking about how Kevin Hart been in so many movies. People are
100%.
complaining about the fact that he's in too many movies.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you really canceled, or are you watching Twitter too much?
Right.
That's why I don't think it exists, because if you log out of Twitter, then you come and step out into the real world, you'll realize that you
don't
still
care.
getting offers. People don't really care outside of Twitter. It's not like they don't care, but it's just like,
What about the situation with Morgan Wallen? Remember, he said,
talking about the country artist.
and they took his name off, radio shows.
But that's business.
That's
That's
affecting his
business, though.
bread. Yeah, but that's what I'm
That's
saying.
business,
You don't
though.
think that
But
cancel
his
culture?
fans went and bought
canceled.
more merch though.
Right, his fans, that's what I was finna say. His fans went and made his music -- after that.
But
He was #1 at the top of the country charts.
Even going back to Kevin Hart real quick, to Kevin Hart's, the part of it on Twitter where you're looking at that is a thing, but you gotta also understand Kevin Hart is a brand, and when he sit in rooms with these businesses, they look at that social media as well. That's a big part of their marketing budget, is that social media. So when they say, hey, we got this big majority of people like saying, fuck you, we don't need to deal with you, that also in turn starts to affect his money. So that's why I feel like that's the real element of cancel culture. You got these people who social media is big business, is a part of big business and big marketing now. So when they in these rooms, they really lean heavy on motherfuckers like that about that. So that's the true part of it. But you're right, there is that element of like, you just talking shit on Twitter, fuck y'all, and I can just cut it off. But
Going back to that documentary, if you go back, remember his staff, he had a couple of people on his staff that was homosexual. And he talked to them about it, because he obviously, I don't think he meant any ill will. He probably was just, I don't even remember what
joke
he
instead.
said.
It was
like
an
10
actual
years
joke.
ago.
Yeah, it was super old, but
Yeah, he said if he ever found out his son was gay, then he would hit him over the head with a dog. Dollhouse.
So would
Or
I.
playing with dogs.
I wouldn't have never hit a dollhouse.
Thought I was the homophobe. There you go.
But now I remember him apologizing to them, and basically saying like he didn't want them to feel any type of ill will to him. But just going back on the Morgan Wallen situation, they took his music off the radio, and that merch probably helped. But I know them radio plays help a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
But the stream plays helped. I mean, the stream plays helped too, because like I said, they pushed him to the top of the chart. Like, he was the #1 country artist for like a week after that, because you got them people on his side, like Sco, excuse me. Like Sco said, if your fan base is big enough, they always gonna push you to the top. Yeah. Sometimes out of spite, because they was like, hold up. We say the N-word, we say nigga too. We're going to push them to the top. Like, we don't care about that.
Well, let's get into that, because we understand business and from a business perspective.
Right.
Let's get into that. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, the ChoppedByT podcast, right? Us as a brand, we say something that warrants us to be counseled, right? So we go into this. Our fan base is, let's say, 100,000 people. So in the moments when our fan base hear about, they canceling the ChoppedByT, no, fuck that, they not canceling us, and they vouch for us in that moment. And let's just say they go buy our merch and spend up on buying our merch, and we make us $2 or $3 million. Yeah, in that moment, in that space, that was a good thing. But what about the longevity of the
that blemish?
What about these sponsors, these people who these corporations who don't want to deal with us anymore because of that? What about these companies who would have sponsored us or whatever in this situation who won't deal with us anymore? So in that moment, he may have shot the #1, but what are he doing now?
Didn't he lose his contract?
I don't know if they kicked him off.
Yeah, I feel like that was a big thing. Like, his record label was about to drop him and everything. And to me, like I said, when I think of cancel culture, that's what I'm talking about. Like, is it going to affect your bread? Yeah. Like I said, the merch might have helped.
Yeah, but long term.
Yeah, but long term.
Long term, it didn't.
And that's me saying, like I said, if he did get dropped from his record label, he got to find somebody that's going to pick him up, who's going to be willing to pick him up, knowing that he has that. And that's why, I piggybacking off what you said, that longevity, I think that's what matters. That's what I think is the big stain about cancel culture. Like, it could hurt you longevity. Now, to your point, Kevin Hart's fan base is probably so ginormous. 10 years ago, you pulled that up out the whatever. We need you on this movie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for him, for Morgan Wallen, I'm just like, if he got dropped from his record label, who gonna pick him up?
It's suspended indefinitely. Indefinitely.
And even Kevin Hart, he navigated through that shit so well.
So did
You got to
100%.
think about it. What did he do? He apologized. But that's not the only thing he did. He went on a huge platform, Ellen, and aligned himself with somebody who is a huge advocate for
back him up,
LGBTQ plus. He jumped in, and his PR team handled that, and he did that gracefully.
Yeah.
So you got to take all of that into consideration,
Yeah.
man. Like, you just the way you handle it. Oh boy, he just get on. I'm sorry, I don't know that language. Blah 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 blah. No, nigga,
That
you
ain't
got to
enough.
start donating to
I need to be
NAACP.
educated.
You gotta go to
You in
TSU.
Nashville.
You in Nashville. You gotta go to this HBCU and say a speech. You gotta put in the work the same way Nick Cannon did with Jewish people.
Yeah,
You gotta
100%.
sit up and learn from your mistake. You can't just apologize. So
Right.
I think it's about the way you navigate through this stuff. as well.
100%.
I think to your point, even with the business aspect, like that's performance based, and I think BT that goes back to what you try to teach kids with your foundation.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so I think if your performance as well, if you know how to perform and you have a good a track record and different things like that, people gonna be willing to forgive you.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And that's nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
And I feel like some people know that, especially with athletes. They know like athletes are they gonna fuck up at some point. 100%. Like that's just how it is.
Human.
And like I remember talking to Jalen, and it was just talking to him about his situations. Like people just be picking and choosing what they want to hear and stuff like that. And he'll tell me something, and we won't hear about it till like 6 weeks later. But they done took it, spend it, media done got hold of it, and I'm just like, that's not how it happened. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's interesting, man.
But that's the weird thing about it. It's like sometimes you don't have to have Twitter. You don't have to have social media. There's so many people that's so successful that never get. Why you think we don't never hear nothing about Beyonce?
Right.
We don't never hear nothing about Jay-Z to a certain extent.
To a
He does a
certain
lot
extent,
he does a lot of media appearances
Yeah.
and different stuff like that. But like you were saying, T, he knows how to navigate.
Yeah.
So you never gonna catch him. You can never clip together anything of him saying
It's
anything
tough.
controversial. Because I think Chris went through it. It's called verbal jujitsu. Like he knows how to talk. He knows how
Yeah.
to perform. in
No
it.
verbal
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's what police officers have to go through
I need
police.
to still shoot and then still end up shooting people. So
But I think to your point, like Jalen, he thrives off that controversy.
Yeah.
He wants
yeah,
to talk
it
about
fuels him. Yeah,
He
and
like-
I wish he wouldn't, because I follow him on Twitter,
Yeah.
and
Nah,
I'm
he be
like,
lurking.
bro, you don't have to.
He
you
be
don't
like
have to
he
be
like playing
rich.
that villain. He
Yeah.
like playing that villain role.
Which, hey, lean into it, because that could
Yeah.
lead to you a big
Literally.
brand attaching themselves
Literally,
to you.
bro.
People don't like him just because he
Talking
good
shit.
and he know
good and he
good.
knows,
He
yeah.
walk around
Hey.
like he good.
I remember
White
a
folks
lot-
want
a
him
lot-
to be modest and all
Yeah,
that.
like,
A lot of the
Humble.
young
I'm like,
dudes,
nah.
they be asking me like, "Was he like that in high school?" I'm like, 100%.
Yes,
Like,
200%.
He was like
Yes.
that 100%. Like, no. The bad thing about Jalen, like you said, he know he cold.
Yeah.
And his whole thing when you step up is you better bring that shit. You better bring it, because you finna get his 100%. And if you don't bring your 100%, he going to embarrass you.
People hate that.
And
They hate
people
that
hate
about
that,
Florida
bro.
and everything.
Yeah.
People just
Yeah,
like,
they hate the fact that people know they good. Like Jalen would be good if everybody told him 1,000 times a day he sucked. Because
Yeah.
in his head, he the best corner in the league. He don't need ESPN to tell him that. He don't need me to tell him that. As long as he know it, he good. But watching him as an athlete, like I said, when he come into town, I always go kick it with him. The way he moves, I'm just like, yeah, that's a Pro Bowl corner.
Yeah.
Like he hit me up and was like, hey, let's go run some hills. And in my head, I'm like, all right, cool. Cuz said 20 hills. Damn. I was like, Jalen, I only play in the NFL, first of all. I was like, I'm gonna do 7. I got a good 7 reps in me. But like his workouts ain't even like super crazy or nothing. Like we do a little balance, a little upper body, a little lower body, some yoga. That's it.
He probably got that IQ too, though.
Oh,
That's important, too.
he's up at 7 almost every morning watching film or talking to his defensive coordinator. He can tell you all. Like I remember having a conversation, because for me, if I can pick his brain, I can spit this to the youth. You know what I'm saying? And I was asking, who's the best receiver? And first it was Odell was the most complete. He got all the intangibles. Antonio Brown, he said Antonio Brown just don't stop moving. He said dude don't even run routes. He said he just runs to open spaces. And Ben, this was when he was with the Steelers. He was like, Ben gonna find him. Tyreek Hill, by far the fastest dude he's probably ever faced. But that's it. Like his routes ain't necessarily crisp or nothing like that. He said D-Hop was the hardest.
Yeah.
He said D-Hop, going into my battle with D-Hop, out of them 10 balls, I already know D-Hop gonna get 5. He said my job is to not let him catch that other 5.
Yeah. So what made it hard about him? Just he had
He
the
said
full package.
yeah,
He
D-Hop
the full package.
he said first of all he's physical. And Jalen's a physical corner, so he doesn't face a receiver who's just as physical as him.
Yeah.
With his hands and with his placements and stuff like that. So obviously he runs great routes. He's fast enough and he got great hands. So he said that's the hard part. He said I can be all over D-Hop, but D-Hop gonna still catch that thing. So that's what made it hard. But yeah, he's a dude, and this is unbiased, not because we homeboys, but by far the best athlete I have ever seen in person.
I think so too.
Nah, yeah.
He's the
In
best corner in the league, in my
league.
opinion.
Just an athlete. People don't know. You know, he was he ran a track at Florida State.
Yeah.
He won long jump. He was on the 4x1. He was like 3 inches from qualifying for the Olympics. He was doing that shit in high school. We was doing long jump. He kept scratching. I was like, what's wrong? He said, I feel like I'm finna jump out the pit. I said, brother, if you jump out the pit, I think you win. I don't think nobody else finna do that. So, but yeah, by far the best athlete I've ever like played on the field with and just seen in person. He does some crazy stuff, man. So, and that's why when I'm coaching my receivers, I tell them, like, that's who I'm trying to get you ready for, like the Jalen Ramseys. I'm not getting you ready for these high
Joe
school
Blow.
corners.
Yeah.
I'm finna say that ain't it.
Right.
Yeah, and you got all of that in there because you done played with them. You know
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
That's key, bro.
Oh
That's
yeah,
key.
100%.
Yeah.
And like my crew, like we all so versatile, and we all bring something to the table. Like I got a speed specialist, I got 2 offensive skills specialists, I got 2 defensive skills specialists. I just got 2 offensive line specialists. You know what I'm saying? Like I got what you need. So like, don't think you finna come and not get quality work. And like my speed specialist, he's the one that works with a lot of our pros just because he's so technical, and he speaks that language. Like if you go to a doctor, you want your doctor saying some stuff that can kind of like go over your head, but then break it down. And that's how Radir works. Like when you come out there, he gonna break your form all the way down, and it's gonna sound super wordy, but then he gonna come back and tell you this is what I mean, and you gonna get faster. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, you work with Radir.
Of course
that makes
I do.
sense. Did you run training ground?
No, they tried to get me.
For real?
I'm not going. I play AAU, so that's why I didn't.
I got you. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say about Jalen. Like I used to go out there with my homeboys. You might know Eric. Do you know Eric Miles or Chris Mitchell? You say you ain't run training ground, so never mind. We used to go out there. I used to go out there with them because I ran hurdles.
Right.
But I wasn't on training ground or nothing like that. But we saw Jalen was actually out there running with them, and I remember like him being. He wasn't never like a super small dude, but he was kind of chubby, and he was like. For him to see him grow up, and then we played them in the 7-on-7. Like we had this one big mouth white dude on our team. He thought he was the coldest dude. So I'm playing quarterback, and he lined up there with him. When I tell you, he shut his ass down. He jammed him at the line. He didn't even get off the line. I'm over there with because he was like, "Bro, throw it to me. I'm gonna be open." I said, "All right, bro." So I looked over there. He couldn't even get off the line playing with Jalen Ramsey.
They used to press dudes like 3 yards off the line.
Yeah, that shit was
as
crazy.
As a receiver, when you see that shit, because usually if you about to press me, you in my face.
Yeah.
Jalen's so long. Yeah, he's so long, bro. 3 yards off.
Bro.
And you think you finna, like you said, he's so physical, bro. Like if he ever get his hands on you, you're out done for, cuz.
Y'all seen The Blind Side? Yeah. When Michael Orr had picked the dude, he drove the dude back so far he threw him in the trash can. Yeah. Like that's how Jalen Ramsey would do people on the line. For real.
That's how he press.
Shit would be crazy.
He want to get his hand on you and take you completely out of bounds.
Emasculating.
And yeah, most.
No, for real.
I've seen him completely humble dudes. We did a 7-on-7 tournament at TSU, and they had a top dog. And he had just committed to Southern Cal at this point. Like he fresh off his commitment, and they was targeting Jalen, and Jalen was literally whatever. He would just tell quarterbacks throw a fade. Like one time it was my route. I was supposed to get the ball, and I was about to be open. Jalen said throw the fade, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, here's my touchdown. And it's like they got the corner. Safety is completely over the top of Jalen. So like I know I'm finna be open. They just throw it up in the air, and it's like everybody jump. But then they start coming down, and Jalen just sitting there hovering in the air. Touchdown. He told their whole team, he said, can't none of y'all check me. He said, whoever you send out here, I'm going to break them. And we was just like.
Take that.
Man. And then as a teammate, it's like, bro. I remember he used to do screens, and I used to block, and he would just keep reversing field. And I remember I could look behind his visor. This nigga was smiling. I stopped blocking. I said, you ain't finna waste my time, dog. So you better get your ass up field, man.
And it's something to play with athletes like that.
Man.
People you just know from the start that this is what they're about to be.
You know what? He loves to hoop. Anytime he come back home, that's all he want to do. He want to play basketball. And he think he play. In Jalen's head, he's LeBron. Yeah. Like in his head, he play like Zion Williamson, like Greek Freak or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He's just so much athletic than everybody. Yeah. But
didn't I see him hooping with Gilly or something?
This crib,
yeah, he was balling. I was like, this nigga can actually hoop.
Nah, yeah, for some reason he got really good over one summer, and I'm like, this nigga must have been working with somebody in LA or something. Cause like Jalen, he's just so athletic, he gets away with that a lot. But then he came back one summer, he hitting jump shots. Yeah, he got a little dribble. I'm like, you out there working with somebody, man.
Yeah. So I seen him playing with Gilly though. I said, damn, this nigga can hoop though.
I just watched Gilly's podcast right after that.
Yeah. I fuck with the $1 Million.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I watch it every day.
Really?
Yeah.
What other podcast y'all be watching?
I like Brilliant Idiots. I like Flagrant, too. Flagrant 2 with Andrew Schultz and all them. I like that. I think that's a pretty good setup. And what I like about it is just the comedy.
Right.
I like finding the comedy in most of the stuff that we doing. So
100%.
yeah, I fuck with them.
I like I've been, like I said, the Need and Dope podcast with Maverick Carter. I like that one. And then I Am Athlete, Brandon Marshall and all them. I like
Let's go
that.
fuck with them.
Yeah, I like that one. That one's tough. Of course, the 85 South Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, the 85 South Show. That's always a funny one for me. But, no, yeah, 100%.
But listen, hey, I want to tell you something that we definitely need people like you. We need people like you in the community that's just sitting down and training these kids up and helping them understand. You know what I mean?
100%.
Because like I said, we needed you. We needed you. We needed people like you. So keep on planting them seeds, man, and building it.
For sure, 100%. And shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for having me up.
No
here,
problem,
man.
bro. No
Like
problem.
I said, hopefully this reach a crowd
For
that
sure.
y'all that wasn't tapped into, and vice versa. We can reach a crowd that we wasn't tapped into.
Yeah, tell Jalen Ramsey to come on here, bro.
No, for real. we
sure,
spent
man.
6 minutes talking about him. He need to come on here.
We done spent all the time talking about that brother. He need to come on.
For sure, man.
But nah, seriously though, like I was saying, we need people like you in the community. Keep doing that. What you're doing is good, and I'm glad you're not coming into it from a mindset of like capitalism or just trying to gain. You know, you need that part of it too, but you also need to educate the kids and make sure, because they're gonna pay it forward or even like reach back. You know what I mean?
And that's what we want. It's the system, man.
Yeah. So definitely give them all your stuff again. The name of the
Yeah. So you can follow me at B_Taylor_gang_. The brand is Evolve Sisu Foundation. Tap in, man. Just hit me up.
Again, man, we appreciate you for coming on. This is the ChoppedByT podcast. Until next time.
I'm so glad I got my own. Still getting money with the team.